Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of MathWorld. This is part 4 of the programming series. Now that I've been thinking about it, I've sort of realized that I should probably rebrand because I've been doing more programming on this YouTube than actual math, so that's something to think about. But anyway, let's go continue back where we left off. So we click Alt-P and voila! We have a unloaded, there we go, a Woody website page. So we have the wood background over here and the title over here. Now I was thinking of doing a big box right here and make it a nice color to go along, but remember, this is for customization purposes and you can do whatever you want with your personal website. I'm just doing this so everybody can spot simple mistakes and learn how to make simple websites in a short 7-video series. So let's go back here and get to work on the box. So to do that, we will go right here and create a div. And a div is a little thing that you can create boxes or circles or whatever shape inside of your website and then put stuff in it. So that's really an oversimplified way of describing it, but let's just continue. So to create a div, we have to know the difference between a class and an ID. Now, an ID will use a hashtag symbol and then a name. For example, hashtag box. But a class will use a dot, like this, dot box. And the difference is you can reuse classes and you can use the same class for multiple things, but you cannot reuse an ID. You can only use it once. So let's create a class because I've been thinking that we might be able to use this multiple times. So let's just create a class, and so dot box, and that's our class. And since the thing is going to be a box, it's going to be called dot box. So you'll notice that it's red over here, but that's because I made the VS Code thinks that there is a mistake somewhere, so it is doing that. So we have to close it off, and there we go. It is all nice and good. Yellow just means there's CSS activated here. So to create the box, let's just do a couple of things. First of all, we gotta set the background color to see how it looks like. I was thinking of something pale red, maybe like pinkish orangish red, like sunset red. So you don't really have to do this, so usually I will just click a simple any color, go to the color selector, and proceed there. So let's see how this will look like. And we actually won't be able to know how this looks like because we haven't set the sizes yet. So let's create the size. Let's do height will be 50 pixels, and the width will be also 50 pixels. Now this is just for demonstrational purposes, and the key thing that I want all of y'all to know, if anyone is actually watching these videos, is whenever there is a problem in your VS Code, most likely it'll always be in the above line. I cannot tell you how many times I spent so much time looking for a mistake in this line, but the mistake is I forgot to put a semicolon here. See, the mistake will be registered here instead of here. So I just want for y'all to watch out for that. So let's close this back in, and let's see how our website looks like. Whoopsies, we don't need that. Let's get rid of this, and what the? Our div is not loading. But that's because we haven't applied this box to anything, so we actually need to apply it somewhere. So let's just create a line. Let's just create a p tag because we are going to write stuff in this box. Whoops, this doesn't belong in the header. It will belong in the main because this is where the wood information will be. So let's do that, and we're gonna do p class equals box, and you don't have to write the period for this one actually. And let's write this is a box. I'm gonna go over here, and there we go. I got a very tiny little box. Now I don't actually like the color, so we're gonna change it. It's sort of a salmon-y color here, and the best way to actually do this is simply to select the color and repeatedly go back to the website and choose it again and again and again until you have a perfect one. So let's reload it, and I think this salmon-y pink is a much better option, but remember, you can do whatever you want. Heck, make it chartreuse. It's gonna be a pain to look at, but whatever fits you is good. And I've noticed something that doesn't correlate. The title says this is a Woody website, but the title on the tab says it's the Wood website, so let's fix that real quick. There we go. And let's do some other things for this box because it can do a lot more than that. So we're going to add some padding, and the padding is going to be 3 pixels, and then the margin, which will also be 3 pixels. Now remember, the padding is the amount of space between the box and other elements, for example text elements, and the margin will be whatever's inside of the box. Now I may be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone is actually seeing this video, which I hope happens. And let's see, but remember, you can also actually make this a image instead of a color, but we're going to be doing a color to make it simple. But this div will actually also affect whatever the text inside of this thing. So we just set the background color to this, and let's set the color to white. And let's see how that looks like. Let's see, it's white now. Now, let's make this thing a little bit bigger because I noticed it's very tiny. So let's do 500 pixels here and 700 pixels here for the width. Let's see how that looks like. Now that is a lot better, but it could be a little bit wider. So let's see. Could be a little bit wider. So let's do 850 and make the height 600. And one thing that's cool is that you can also set how transparent your div will be or anything when you're customizing it, the color. So if you go like this, save, go over here, you'll notice that there is a slight tint over here, but it's also mainly transparent over here. So we're going to set that back to the nice peachy color that we set, and let's actually get to work on this website. So we're going to go over here and get rid of this. Oops. Get rid of that, and let's type in what we want to see. So this is going to be a Woody website, so let's start out with the first Woody thing that we have today, mahogany. So instead of making this a p tag, let's make this an h2 tag. Let's go over here, and now it is empty because we need to add text in. So the first one we're gonna be doing is mahogany. We're gonna type in M-O-H-O-G-A-N-Y. It's gonna be mahogany wood. Now VS Code thinks that it is a error. So let's see the spelling suggestions. Oh, simple mistake. I typed in O instead of A. Now that's a lot better. Let's see here. Mahogany wood. Now I think this could be a bit bigger, but I think it's good enough because I don't want it to be too big. And let's add a little bit more space between this, the edge of the box, and the word. So we're going to go to margin over here, and we're going to set the margin to 4.5 pixels. Let's see what that'll do. What if it's going to be 5 pixels? Let's see what that will do. Well, I don't really necessarily see a difference. Let's see if I'm even doing the right one. Let's do 50 pixels. Oh, simple mistake. I've been doing the margin, which is apparently the outside. Sorry about that, I completely forgot. Sometimes I wonder if I should really be teaching coding on YouTube if I make mistakes like this, but it's fine. We're gonna do that, and oopsies, I made a mistake once again. Let's see what that did. Now that, because it's 50 pixels on all sides, it's actually not a mistake, and because there's not enough space, the VS Code stretched it out over here to apply with the padding rule. So we don't actually need that much padding, so we're just gonna do 4.5 pixels again. Much better. That is a visible, nice difference. Now let's set something else here. Let's make the font italic. Let's see what that'll do. Font is italic. And let's also make it text decoration, and we're gonna make it underlined. Let's see how that'll look. It'll be just like this one, but let's see how it'll look. Now that's a little bit better, but we can do it. Now let's add a little colon right here and begin. So I think we should add a picture first. So in the main, let's add a image. So let's add a img src because there's going to be a source, and let's see what image we have over here. Now that's interesting because we actually do not have an image for this, so we're going to go over here and type in mahogany wood. Mahogany. Let's select a image right here. So this time we will be selecting the image together, unlike last time. So let's select this mahogany wood right here. Let's select it. Ah, it's a WebP file. That means you can't use it. Let's just choose another image. There we go, that's a GPG image, so we're going to save that and open up VS Code and add in that image. I'm going to open up File Explorer and load up that image. Now we need to select this to see it, and let's go right here. That's a lot better. Now that's really big, so we're gonna do M for mahogany. Make things quick. So the src is gonna be m.gpg, and the alt, which is the text that's gonna appear if the image fails to load, is gonna be mahogany wood. Now the image is not loading. For some reason, not even the thing is loading, but that's because, let's see what's going on. For some reason, m.gpg refuses to show up. So let's do wood.gpg to see if this will even work, because this could be a problem with the computer or just a simple mistake. I think I see what's going on. We forgot to apply the div. So the mistake I made was this div, because we want everything to be in the box. We have to put the box, this thing, as the main. So let's get rid of that and do this. Now that's a lot better. Now let's replace this wood.gpg with m.gpg. Now that is good, but I think it's a little bit too big. So let's set the width to 60% and the height to 50. Height equals, oh, I completely replaced the alt with the height. Silly me. Let's do that and create a height tag, which will, I seem to have run into an error. For some reason, it is replacing it, and I have no idea why. So right here, we're gonna type it in directly because VS Code wants to replace it. Now, maybe it's just me constantly misspelling height, which will do this. And let's set the width to let's set the width to what we wanted it to be originally, and that will be 60%. Or was it 50? It's gonna be 50%. Let's see how that will look like. Now that's really, really tiny. Let's set the height to 500, and I realized what mistake I have done. I forgot to actually type in a value for the image. Now that's really long and it's kind of looking a bit like a baguette, so let's make it a lot wider too. I think that is perfect. So we can get rid of this annoying little space right here and begin on the paragraph. Now we could write a whole paragraph about it, or we can do bullet points about it. So let's go back to what we learned in one of the first episodes. We're going to be doing an ordered list. So let's see, will an ordered list go up here? Now, one thing about ordered list is that they always tend to go to the side. Maybe there is a way to fix it, but currently I have no idea. So instead of doing that and going to the trouble of fixing that, we're going to make a p tag. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to do an ordered list. See? Oh, I spotted what I wanted to show you. See over here, it's showing up as a mistake. That's because I forgot to close this tag. So OLLI, and it's gonna be wood. Now you see, the wood will show up here, but the 1 will show up here. I have no idea how to fix this. If anyone knows how to fix this, please comment if anyone is actually watching. I really hope there are people watching this video, but for now we will work on the rest of it next time, because I just realized that this video is getting way too long. See you next time, everybody, and stay safe out there.